Horizon chance, almost reacts, and this is an incorrect summary of Elden Ring Part 1 by the channel max0r. Yes, it's time to watch a guy on crack basically incorrectly telling us how Elden Ring story goes, and for me this is gonna be trippy because I'm already drugged out. Yeah, I wasn't gonna make any video for today right now after this, but I saw this on my recommended feed, like what the fuck, and I saw it like holy shit, this was just an hour ago. First of all, the view count is stuck. It just was like, well, look at that, 720 views in an hour or something. Like, okay. I don't even know how many people are watching this. That view count actually got stuck like that. But yeah, obviously it's a max0r video and it's an incorrect summary of all things. His recent videos have gone way too high in quality. His video was already high quality, but recent ones are even better with the Metal Gear and things like this. So now it's Elden Ring, one of the, if not the famous game right now. And I guess in this video there's going to be Uber Danger, Sedzen Tech, right? There are many people in this, like 4 or 5 people he's bringing on, right? So it's going to be awesome. And it's part 1. It's a 30-minute video and it's part 1. So there's going to be another part 2, which is going to be another 30-minute. So he made an hour-long video with his editing. So God knows how many hours did he spend just editing that. This is, it just hurts my head just thinking about, like, what if he took what 50 or so hours just editing to make an hour-long video like this, because his editing is just ridiculous. Every 3 seconds there's some kind of an edit. All right, let's watch it. Remember, we will flag Erickson. Don't forget to like, subscribe, so I know we stop videos to more. Check out the Rick Sunday. There's a link in the description, and yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to my Minecraft Let's Play. Elden Ring, or as I like to call it, Boomer Band, is a fun new hack and slash and bash and crash my car, developed by Epic Games director Hideo Miyazaki with the express purpose of inflicting pain upon the Gaijin. In this adventure, you play as the famous video game's protagonist Elden John as he undergoes many trials and tribulations on his quest to fight the entire Catholic Church and kill God. This game is a little difficult. You could call it the Dark Souls of Skyrim. As such, many challenges await the player, and most of it is the work of Satan, as is every game made by the Japanese. Spanning a gigantic world slightly larger than Africa, we will find many secrets, uncover many attractions, and slay the entire—
The Skyrim thing, I've seen lots of videos on YouTube that where people actually compare Elden Ring with Skyrim with certain like archery and things like that. So I'm guessing from Dark Souls to Elden Ring, I guess Elden Ring is more, you know, let's just say mainstream than Dark Soul was, so like, people can actually compare, even though there is no comparison between Skyrim and Elden Ring. It's completely different.
Entire cast of the Bible. I've always liked that book. My favorite part was the genocide.
My heart's beating to fight! Cut that shit out! Where'd the dog go?
Help me.
So we boot up the game and silly me, I forgot to unplug the keyboard so my controller can work. Now I'm free to make my character. Our journey begins inside of the Microsoft PowerPoint, the quality of which being so dubious that it resurrects you from the dead. Wake the fuck up, samurai. Of course, this is a FromSoft game, so Spider-Man is here to send us the fuck back. To our tutorial, which is a whole lot of fun. You know, just making friends, influencing people, and providing—
That first boss, you're supposed to die, right? You can't win that. That's like a scripted thing. Like, you will die from that spider.
Intuitive solutions to the issue of life. And with that problem sorted, it's time to take the elevator so we can accomplish the impossible and go outside. Welcome everyone to Limgrave, land of trees, laborious bears upon the trees, and this white person.
Tarnished, if you're lost, how about you start by finding some
Martin.
bitches? Stupid weeaboo wearing ass. When's the last time you took a shower with your dirty helmet wearing ass? With your weird ass cargo shorts your mama gave you? Look, what I'm trying to say is, your fit is mid, and you get 0 bitches. Fuck out of my sight before I gotta look at those stank-ass vans again.
As per the words of our friendly associate, we proceed towards the castle in search of some bitches. In Dark Souls, we sought after the Dark Soul, and in Bloodborne, we tried to escape Britain. But for Elden Ring, our objective is to get the hose. This is a game mechanic. You cannot level up until you get a girl boss. So with nothing else to do, I guess we'll have to fight this tutorial boss. He's a little like, this tutorial is on how to flee in fear and use geometry. Proceeding to the next batch of enemies, we must forsake direct combat in favor of the stealthy techniques of video game protagonist Rigid Danger Mighty Jungle Noodle, at which point they form a violence committee. try finger, but hold.
Sup, bitch?
What the fuck?
My name is Melatonin, and if I may inquire, sir, I am in need of a quirked-up white boy who can bust it down sexual style, so that I may make him goated with the sauce.
Okay.
No cap. All we have to do now is kill every demigod on the planet.
Every what?
I'm glad you asked. Long ago, this land was ruled by the great Queen Marinara, who pissed off God so badly that he left the fucking universe. Now her power, the Amazon gift card, is shattered, and her athletic scions are holding a contest to see who can die the least.
So God comes back when I kill them?
No, but you get to keep the gift card. These are the
Whose voice is
faces
that?
of evil, who have all claimed a shard of the card. Some seek glory, others redemption, and one is just really attracted to his younger brother.
Wait, what the fuck?
And after countless weekends at university, the tarnished warriors are called upon to rise from their tilted towers and achieve one final victory royale. Jake Paul, bastard of the Badlands, the ever-wet skelly sleeper, the crazy caca consumer, and least of all, you, tarnished warrior.
Is there like an opt-out?
Great, I'll send you to my dimensional pocket.
I see. Cool. Welcome to the Round Table Hold, a place to rest, make purchases, and converse with the homeless.
Oh,
Do you
okay.
sell magic? You know what? I'm just gonna go over here now. I'm in hell. Now, as for our comprehensible friends, we could begin with the blacksmith, but he's a little busy right now. So that only leaves one more person, Fia,
Okay,
the
so this
deathbed
small town
companion,
type of
unique
thing.
among all women, including my mother, for offering to hug me. Of course, I do accept for gameplay reasons, but what I wasn't aware of was that this one action permanently debuffed my health, and I forgot to turn it off. For the entire game, the effect looks like this, and with that, I've reached my limit for human interaction, so it's time to head back.
Wait a minute, actually debuffs you? Why the fuck would that happen? Why is hugging debuffs you like that? Look, I started this game, right? I remember going past a spider and then the door opens and you're in this open world. After that, I didn't play. I don't know why. I just never got around to it. Didn't have time or whatever. I barely had time to make any reaction video. Past week, I've been uploading, what, 1, 2, barely videos. But yeah.
Jesus Christ. To Stormvale Castle, where we can find the first demigod on our list of all people. Our approach begins by moving through the gate. Our approach begins with a battle against the lag beast, but honestly after that, the level is pretty easy. Alright, finally a cutscene.
Foul tarnished.
God damn it.
In search of the hose.
Unfortunately, I hate women. That sounds like a you problem, Chief. I am also homophobic. And you are looking pretty gay right now. Hey guys, it's me, max0r. Welcome to the first boss.
I'm a pioneer. I'm an explorer.
Yeah, he's a little bit dumb. Margaret Thatcher is a very strong, very agile, and very interesting boss. Essentially, his purpose is telling you to fuck off and come back later, preferably when your bones are defragmented from the ass whooping. He combines delayed attacks, crazy combos, and eventually the Hammer of God, just like the real Margaret Thatcher when she hammered English oppression into the once peaceful streets of Derry. So I think I'm gonna take the hint and leave. Fortunately for us,
Oh,
young
okay, so
Sheldon
you can do that. You can just say like, oh, fuck me, this boss is too hard, I'm gonna come back later. I guess it is open world, right? Once that door's open and you see the open world, you can literally do anything and approach it in any way. It doesn't lock you to one place, like you have to do this. I mean, that's kind of interesting in a way.
Ring is a game with all kinds of activities to prepare and unwind. You know, like killing the fucking dragon, which for some reason is easier, just not too much easier. For the next leg of our journey, the now disgraced loser baby resigns himself to living in the woods. That way, he can exist peacefully among the giant bears and, whatever that is.
Greetings, traveler. I am the Pitbull of the woods.
Uh.
Have you seen any orphanages nearby?
Why are you asking me that?
No reason. Legend has it that at the edge of these woods, there's a well containing the tastiest children.
Okay.
Go there, traveler, and I will kill the infants of your choice.
Okay, this might seem bad, but I know a good deal when I see one. Unfortunately, I am blind. Hey guys, it's max0r here. Welcome to fucking Space Mountain. I hope you like being trapped in Smurf Valhalla because these fuckers don't play around. So to keep things short, this forest is watched over by the spirit of a gentle stag, and my immediate impulse is to kill it. This necessitates lighting
the
8
map
fires
looks awesome.
scattered throughout the
Look at that.
sacred grove, or more accurately, sprinting between them while enduring the trials of free acupuncture meets Markiplier jump scare. That is not a sentence I thought was possible, but then again, we do have sentient lightning and Mr. Krabs. So after lighting the fires at the expense of my life, we devour the
Now what the fuck? It was in
necessary
480p.
peyote to enter the spirit cave. And as it turns out, Bambi is back from the woods and they had a gym. I like this fight. He shows me how bad I am at the video game and reenacts my trips to the horse race in 2006. Overall, it is a riveting and accurate portrayal of how fun it is to kill innocent forest animals. 10 out of PETA. You don't even get anything from killing him, just the guilt. So after exiting the hell that is Quebec, we head across Limgrave to the Weeping Peninsula, called as such for its tendency to rain and also the race war. But before we get into that, we've got a few tasks to do, just like Among Us. These include fighting the sapient tree, uncovering chests that accidentally teleport me to the end of the game, and also the bell, which may or may not cause hearing damage when you get close enough. It even contains the rarest of all loot, a woman who tells us the tale of Castle Morn, a fortress that made the grievous mistake of permitting Furfest 2022 in their local Hilton, except these are not costumes. My brother in Christ, they are misbegotten chimera and you're going to die. So as can be expected, they massacred everyone and started a county-sized race war, and now they're sending me to clean up their human corpse ball pit. Fortunately, just like all issues in life, this one is fixed with a massacre. They haven't invented war crimes yet. I like this level actually. It's pretty short, just like this video. My favorite detail is that they gave crack to an orangutan. Oh boy, it's more animal cruelty. We're climbing back into Harambe's cage and there is no gun. You know, when he isn't converting my bones to sand, this fight is actually easy, mainly because his health—
Wait a minute, in this game all you do is just fight bosses, that's it, right? I mean, bosses is like, you know, important, but every time you walk and there's a boss fight, every time you walk there's a boss fight. Isn't that a bit overwhelming? Like you're supposed to fight, you know, some weird NPCs here and there, then you fight a boss. Like boss is supposed to be scarce, isn't it? I don't know. But yeah, how many bosses are there in this game, man? First of all, over Dark Souls, this game looks good, right? The whole terrain and buildings and structures, how map looks, it just looks good. So it's already exciting to see that.
is the size of my prefrontal cortex, but even still, I had a great time reenacting the murders I did 2 years ago. And just like this fight, I will not face the consequences. Enjoy this while you can, because we've got a few more people to talk to, such as D, a man who gives us a fair warning about the dangers ahead.
The village here has been touched by death.
Thanks, as well as speaking to the sentient jar, which you may find strange, but really we are all containers for suicidal thoughts. So after quelling his, our new friend Jar Jar Binks tells us to head east to an industrious land known as Gary, Indiana. You know, it seems like we're going a little bit off the beaten path with this one, but I'm pretty confident. After all, how bad can it possibly be? What the fuck is that? Oh no. Oh god.
That's just creepy.
Let's go back
Is
to
that
the
a
castle.
raven?
This time I think I'll walk all the way back to Margit. Hey guys, it's max0r here. Welcome back to the Let's Play. And on this episode, Margit is still hard and a bit distrustful. One might say suspicious. We need to eject him. Margit, more like Marge Simpson. Even with better gear, this is a fight that demands, among other things, awareness and patience. Emphasis on the patience. But most importantly,
the boss
this fight
scale with you?
requires experience. Experience gained through fighting zoo animals, dragons, and even Canadians to squeeze out the narrowest of victories. Just to watch out for the hammer. Really glad we could beat the first boss up 9 minutes into the video. Welcome everyone to Stormvale Castle, realm of the first demigod, Godric the Garfted. And if I can't get to him in 20 minutes, the lasagna is free. Stormvale is a complex, multifaceted dungeon with various paths, only one of which is correct. So instead, we take the side route across the wall, past the knife birds, and into a Chinese chemical factory. So after cracking open a cold one with the boys, we ascend the political compass until I have authority over life and death, which coincidentally leads us to the castle grounds, and I didn't know they made Irish birds. Curdle. I'm trying to sneak around, but the clamp of my ass cheeks keeps alerting me.
Growing.
All right, it looks like we're finally making some
Clap, clap.
progress. All we have to do now is get through the He's quite the handyman, knows how to work with his hands. You could say he's quite the handful. Better use this door to keep him at arm's length. I'm very funny, by the way. Stay tuned for more laughs and gags on The Big Bang Theory, Sundays on NBC. I'm sorry, Odie, but I could not stop myself. After all, it was a Monday. And I hate Mondays. Pizza delivery for Garfield? It's called lasagna. Pizza Hut really ought to work on serving giant castles. I work for Domino's. Then it sounds like you could use a bit of a hand, you know, with making the pizzas. I command you to laugh. Do you know what I've gone through to make that joke? In this battle against Godric the Minecrafted, we put our patience to the ultimate test as Grandpa pilots his fucking max0r Evangelion straight into the housing market. Much like his titular cat, Godric is a fucking gremlin who attained his abilities by entering Friedrich Fazbear's Mega Pissplex in the year of our Luigi 1987 and then sewed the children therein to his wacky animatronic suit. They call him William Grafton, but besides that, his coordination is subpar since he has to migrate a mosh pit to attack you, and it's quite excessive. Godric holds all of his attacks.
Alright, I've heard that in basically Elden Ring, whole AI is like with the newer technology, newer engines and newer scripts models, right? AI is evolving, I guess. Like if you get used to certain type of fighting, after some time they evolve, like they'll change or something. Right? Is that true? Because that's just fucked up, right? That would be hard as fuck if that's the case. So yeah, this Elden Ring, Dark Souls, these are game on their own, right? Because game genre, blew up, right? After Grand Theft Auto 5, obviously, but also with their online counterpart with Fortnite and shit like that, right? PUBG, Fortnite, and all that thing blew up. But this type of game it's in their league of their own, right? Where you play it, right? Fight bosses. Basically, that gives you this kind of an endorphin, I guess, boost overall. Because I remember playing Dark Souls 1, right? I got addicted really fast, even though my ass was getting kicked all the time, right? It was annoying, but it was fun. I guess this is gonna be similar.
Until the heat death of the universe, which means you have to pay attention to his arm carefully, and that's pretty difficult when he's shaped like a four-dimensional object. I'm finding it pretty hard to keep track of him. He seems to morph around when so we fight him slowly and with attrition, like the Viet Cong, dodging, slicing, and dying until eventually reaching the oh god.
Alright, I quit.
Need a hand. So to overcome the taxes on his 401k, Godric decides to order a bad dragon to release his inner Todd Howard's The Skyrim. Finally, I have the power to cook all the lasagna I want.
Oh, that's just
Welcome
next
to
level
phase
shit.
2, bitch.
You're going in for them, you stupid monkey.
Hand dragon.
Guy wants the lasagna.
This is the best game ever made.
Yeah.
The Round Table
Hot desk
Hold,
of the
my
bitch.
favorite location. There's really nothing else like it in the realm of physical science. Speaking of which, it's been at least 3 seconds since a homeless guy yelled at me. Let's fix that without going to Los Angeles.
Hey, people.
Oh god.
It is I, the lore man.
Okay, do you know where the bathroom
My
is?
Here he comes.
IQ is the highest among all Reddit.
That's not saying much.
Did you know Renala of a full moon resides
Okay, you know what?
within
Never
the
mind.
academy?
Let's just talk to,
That's it. Hey, come on.
This is worse. Let's, come back to that eventually. Oh, I guess I'm stuck here. Fuck. Congratulations, we've made it past the first demigod out of 6.5. I'm sure his subjects will remember him fondly. Remember all those
fuck is the
adventures we had
stopping?
together, all those places we've been. That was 10% of the map. I'll probably finish these videos in a nursing
Oh, yeah,
home.
map
This
is-
is the rest of the game, and
Oh, the map is humongous, right? I remember watching a video, like nowadays is a thing, right? I don't know, because of YouTube Shorts or whatever, but people make like 30 or 40-second video nowadays. We just explain things in a bit. I remember clicking on that and they showed like how gigantic Elden Ring's map is compared to the something they showed. I love that shit, right? When I was a kid, I got into the RPG open world games because of the adventure feel. Like you can see something in the distance, you can probably go there and it's a fucking town. You see the other thing, that's also some place and you can just go there, right? I mean, that's just appealing. Every time I play a game like, Elder Scrolls, Kingdom of Amalur, even though it wasn't famous at the time, I liked it for that particular reason. Like you can see things from the distance and you can go there. I guess this is gonna have similar feel to it because I'm pretty sure you can go all look at this shit in the distance. You can probably travel all the way there.
Wow, I better call Gandalf for that shit because we've got a ways to walk. Welcome everyone to Ligma of the Lakes, the largest swamp that Miyazaki was allowed to build. 30,000 men have already died. And on today's episode, we will be heading to the second demigod on my list of political dissidents. Ranala of the Red Lobster, Queen of Caria, for at least the next 10 minutes, resides in the magical academy of Malaysia Lucario. And to get there, we need to head across a biological minefield known informally as the Crustacean Nation. It is here that we face our greatest challenge, the fucking shrimp. I'm starting to think that PETA has a point. So anyways, we head through the gauntlet, past the octopus skitty, and get completely sidetracked until I end up in fucking Nipton. But we're gonna skip over most of the side content. You could say that we don't have the time to hang out. Just know that you can find this area by Google searching Elden Ring Albania. This one is for all my baby girls. I see your comments, ladies, and they make me smile. I'm lurking and I'm stalking when you least expect. So after heading through the ruins of my marriage and killing the white people, we make it to the Hogwarts, only to find that the way is blocked by a mysterious seal, and next to it lies a map which leads straight to the key. Their security is dog shit. This puzzle should be pretty easy. All we have to do is get past the dragon that's waiting there. This game has a lot of dragons in it, so I'm going to keep a count. Just know that it doesn't get easier. So now that we've broken into magical racism land, it's time to enact our revenge upon Chris Angel Mindfreak in one of the most pretty good-ish dungeons of the game, featuring brand new challenges and enemies such as the Spastic Child, this man 30 times in a row, and a homeless guy who helps me extract the blood from my body. Raging Lucario is a fairly linear dungeon with some rather unusual architecture. Now, I'm no interior designer, but why is the entrance to the school a graveyard? Is this America? Anyways, we drive past Ohio as quickly as possible until we end up near the lecture hall. Singular. There is only one in the entire school. I guess they just do it on Zoom. And for today's lecture, what is the dog doing? The answer is stabbing me. This is one hecking speederino doggo who is frankly an insult to every wizard in the school. Their valedictorian eats his own shit. The gimmick for this chonking pupper is that he combines beast-like aggression with powerful magical attacks, but none was so devastating as when he corrupted my drive, which destroyed this video. The last minute of footage was reconstructed from memory, but besides that, his moveset is varied and intense.
Oh my god. Look at the different type of bosses, right? Like this is a wolf type of shit you fight, right? I remember watching a short clip of there was some kind of a boss in the open field which actually uses some kind of a bow or something from the distance, which is one of the hardest one there is, right? I mean, it really takes a long time for you to beat him because all the techniques. He basically moves half a map distance in a like that, right? I'm pretty sure Baxter is gonna talk about him because it's probably really hard. But yeah, that's just fucked up.
Requiring expert evasion or just a lot of healing. It really is a shame that his health bar is the size of an amoeba. I guess my weapon's just covered in chocolate. Wow, this is just like my favorite show, Family Guy. So before we take the 30-second walk to the next boss, I acquire some fat drip so I may no longer appear fatherless. Now on our search for a classroom that can't be raided, we head up the stairs to experience bowling in VR. And after learning how to phase through oncoming traffic, we become sidetracked again as I am teleported straight to the Turtle Pope, who wants to sell me things. His existence isn't explained and I don't want it to be. Only horror lurks behind that stare. Let's move on to something less disturbing.
Okay, it is a Turtle Pope. It's not a joke. What?
It to be only
look at that. What's with the hat?
Horror lurks behind that stare. Let's move on to something less disturbing. I can't believe I went to college without once seeing Ben Shapiro. I said less disturbing.
What the fuck? These are children?
What is up, guys, and welcome to episode 391 of my Minecraft Let's Play.
This is a preschool, ma'am.
Today we're going to be messaging my underage fans on the internet.
Oh Oh boy! Welcome one and holocaust to Child Slaughterfest 2002-2s. That's right, this is an American school after all. And in this battle, we're going to be teaching these kids the harsh realities of the hood. Now, I know what you're going to say, and hopefully it's not a police report. max0r, this fight looks kind of easy, like taking candy from a baby if the candy was their still beating heart. This is accurate. In fact, all you have to do is find the correct one to turn inside out, at which point Renala basically lets you go to town. The reason for this is that we aren't fighting a demigod. This is the demigod's ex-wife, who was dumped after she gave birth to 30 of herself. To some extent I can understand, but goddamn that child support. Kinda feel like I'm doing him a favor.
Good evening, Twitter. This is your boy, Eat That Pussy 445.
What the fuck?
And about like 30 to 45 minutes ago, I beat the fuck out of my dick so goddamn hard that I can't even feel my left leg. My left leg has been totally numb. And my dick is...
I guess there's a phase 2.
That's a real fight right there, huh?
Welcome to the real fight. It's still easy. 4 Dark Souls, which means the challenge is getting anywhere close to her. This fight is essentially Dark Sus Gwendolyn if he/them were a good boss, using a vast array of magic, other bosses, and the power of Goku to socially distance your skull from your neck. But even still, it's very manageable if you have any semblance of patience. My editing might tell you something about how I did. 70% of this fight is waiting for my turn. It's like I'm trying to stab Julius Caesar.
Make sure you like, comment,
God
and
damn it.
subscribe.
Yeah, that's the thing with boss fight games, right? Like you have to wait for your turn. Like certain patterns will happen, then it's opening, you attack. Man, first of all, that scene about Renala and her kids, I guess. I mean, with the latest YouTube and its policies, how the fuck did people create Let's Plays? Did they blur that shit out, right? Because the subtitles alone would cause issues. I don't know.
So we can take this video to the moon.
So after sufficient damage is dealt, we find out that her second phase has a second phase and its other bosses, including, of course, this bastard again and the actual straight-up pack of wolves. Just make sure that you don't die, otherwise it's back to the daycare. Needless to say, this fight is a visual and gameplay feast, and by that I mean it does not end. The divorce may have hit hard, but it is hitting me harder.
I like
so
the moon
let's
and
do
shit,
for
like-
life what her husband did to the marriage. Oh, there goes the camera. I fucking hate this place. It's making me want to minimize the amount of air I breathe.
Greetings again, Tarn.
Yeah, okay.
What knowledge do you seek that brings you to my domain?
Okay, so I've been to Red Lobster once already. Where do I go next?
Caelid.
What?
You must continue your adventure in Caelid. Is that a problem?
No, not at all. There's nothing wrong with Caleb.
What's
Hey
with him in
guys,
Brazil?
Needs McTherapy here. Today we're going to be playing in a Tim Burton land. Welcome to Caelid. It's basically made of German bedtime stories. Who can forget such legendary tales as
That's the
Der
Raven
Vogel,
shit.
Der Backpfeifengesicht, and most terrifying of all, Das Kinderschredder. I'm sorry if you speak German, by the way. That's gotta be my least favorite disability. And on today's episode of
Oh god, look at this shit. Look at this whole map. It's like a fucking wasteland. Right? Everything's like undead type of thing. Something is burning. I like the changes in terrain like that.
Amnesia the Dark Descent. We are invited to a festival and slumber party where the sleep is permanent, all for a chance to face off against the third demigod on my Club Penguin friends list. Star Scourge Radon, captain of the hospice, resides within the walls of Redmane Castle, where every year he throws a party to see who can keep their limbs the longest. The price of admission is just getting anywhere near him, because sometimes life is just a Bulgarian and you are an unstolen car. So we ride, vaguely and in some direction, encountering many horrifying creatures beyond the reach of God and locking myself in the cum dungeon. The other kids laughed at me. They called me Jizzy Johnson, but now it is I who is laughing at them. Oh cool, it's another dragon, and this one is quite the special encounter because we get to fight him in the volume of an aquarium. He can't really touch anything, otherwise he decouples his existence. Hey, what's up guys, max0r here, and today we're gonna be gaming on the moon, because that's what this shit feels like. In fact, I heard you like dragons so much that I made an entire part of the map called Dragon Barrow, and I filled it with, you guessed it, an obscene quantity of dragons, because truly we have not fought enough of them. I don't want to be here anymore. Let's put this in the future episode box. So far, we've seen a lot of traumatizing things, enough to give half of all American politicians cardiac arrest, but I've been saving the best for last, and by best, I mean the most evil game design ever conceptualized. The Swamp of Aeonia lies just within the center of Caelid and contains enough AIDS to make Ronald Reagan sweat. This region, and pretty much all of Caelid, but mostly this fucking abomination, is infested with scarlet rot, which is like poison if it was made of radium, and get this, it's spreading. You can't even use a horse to bypass the radiation because an NPC just invades you in the middle of the swamp. It's like I can hear the dulcet tones of the game director laughing at me. For your crimes, I am sending you to the moon. This place is filled with all kinds of new and interesting ways to die, and my favorite lies at the center of the swamp, where we can find Commander O'Neill and his Bostonian ketamine mafia. Surprisingly enough, this is the only thing here that can't kill me. His moveset is so simple it's Amish accessible. You could build a barn around him in the time it takes for him to do damage. Maybe this boss would be better with a second phase, one where he whips out his lightning cock and pulverizes me until I'm gravel. But you know, that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching. Also, he drops his ketamine needle, which I will now put to very good use. You're a horse, right? We're in Redmane Castle now. This entire level can be skipped because I think the devs realized that Caelid is the actual level. Do you even know how many dogs were euthanized on my way here? Don't worry, you aren't actually missing anything unless you're a big fan of cats, such as life on the Serengeti. So welcome to the Festival of Ramadan. There are 2 attendants in total, and one of them is this guy.
Hello again, Tarnished. How was your journey down the well?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm just passionate about my cuisine. Speaking of which, did you ever find those children I talked about?
Welcome one and holocaust to Child Slaughterfest 2022. No.
Shame.
You know what? Maybe the jar will be a bit up.
Shame because you lied.
Okay, never mind. So with a stroke of obscene luck, we find a mostly sane person who tells us via YouTube Rewind that Radon is not here. Technically. You see, this castle is his euthanasia clinic and we are going to pull the plug. I'm sorry, Grandpa. I have to charge my Switch. His consciousness has been gone for several hundred years due to the demigod Melania, who is the Blade of Mikola, by the way, but that is a story for later. Essentially, his mind was eaten by the Scarlet Rot, but this man is literally too angry to die, and we are attempt number 500 to kill him. So, I'm liking these odds. I'm just built differently. Very Will Smith-friendly. Let's, go start the mercy killing. And, why is he so far away? Are those summon signs?
Well, I mean, that's the one I was talking about, right?
Welcome everyone to the open world RPG where I roleplay as the victim, and today we're doing one of the best fights in all
that's
video
the one.
games. Starscourge Radon is a big, buff, absolute unit of a boss whose only instinct is recycling your flesh back into the ecosystem, but you are not alone.
That's the one I was talking about, who basically if you go far away, he'll just attack you with bows and shit. It's like...
alone in this battle. There is no limit on how many people you can summon, and if they die, then you can just do it again. I'm sure they won't mind. I have essentially converted the game into an RTS. Gotta fight Raid Boss Radon in World of Employee Harassment. Now, you can fight him alone as a real gamer, but why would you? This is a goddamn festival, and I will not be having sex by myself. Before you can even reach him, Radon is sniping your ass with the accuracy of my opinions on the internet, and firing a frankly suspicious amount of arrows from God. If you want to exercise the privilege of fighting him, you have to earn it, and that is the easy part. Even with summons, you need to pay full attention to his moveset, as his attacks swing wider than American elections and hit harder than a freight train on a semi. Now, you may have already noticed, but that is a comically small horse. It's like I'm looking at Chaquale Onale. This is because, in addition to being built like a
I didn't even see that!
steel mill, Radon has the power to defy gravity, which constantly gets him
Where's the... There's the horse.
into fights with solar bodies. This man is skateboarding a horse and holding back the stars while killing everyone he comes into contact with, and he does it from the hospice. Radon is an absolute god among Chads, and this fight's intensity lives up to that and then some. And that is just phase 1. Phase 2 starts when he, jumps into the upper atmosphere.
Become a... Damn. It literally jumps, becomes an asteroid, and I tell you, that's just fucking next level.
Jesus Christ, he is a thick one.
That's one of the hardest one ever, right?
Oh god, I think my Zodiac just killed itself. This is sure to negatively affect the trout population. Won't someone please think about the economy?
Alright. Yeah, Martin, Seth, Uber Danger, Timothy Ross, I know that. Gianni, Matra, I don't know who that is. Okay, that's it. Yep.
Do not play this video in the dark, it is very scary. The lands between. So beautiful, so tranquil. Until I showed up. Welcome back everyone to Elden Ring, one of the games of all time, featuring deep role-playing mechanics, riveting combat, cool math games, happy wheels, and probably a story so convoluted that entire YouTube channels exist just to tell you about it. I do not know much about the lore, but I do know one thing. Melania is definitely the Blade of Mikola. When we last left off, we had endured great pain and suffering in our quest to destroy the cast of Percy Jackson. But do not worry, the pain has only just begun, and if you somehow haven't seen the first part, then that's fine. I have also seen JoJo. So with the Elden Ring shattered and scattered among America's inbred dipshits, it's time to tear our way through enemies aplenty, attempt to find a girlfriend, almost impossible, and test the true strength of my hardware, because this will be our greatest challenge yet, and also the easiest challenge for the rest of the game. Last time on Blatant Copyright Infringement Fair Use Edition, we struggled to take Grandpa off his life support with violence, delivered Garfield his precious lasagna, and finally convinced Joseph Hussein Biden to end it all with nuclear fire. I'm dead serious. Wow, that was fucking crazy. I better fast travel to the third Impact Evangelion. We're moving at a real breakneck speed. You know, just when I was thinking this game can't possibly get bigger, it gets significantly bigger. I'm not sure if the developers are okay, especially since they're trapped in the same room as that man. It turns out, nuclear weapons are a great way to excavate the Earth, and there are no long-term consequences, which means we've got an entirely new area to explore, hiding just beneath our feet. And no, we're not going to visit the Blue Man Group again.
I mean, yeah, everybody I talk to just says like the biggest thing about Elden Ring is like how big the game is. And it's not just about being big, it's about when you realize how big it is, right? At first it doesn't, you can't really see the full scale. Eventually certain thing happens and then you realize, wait a minute, there is more to this shit, right? So yeah, there's very few game that gives you that kind of feeling.
Have the nightmares. Wait a second, this is Michigan. I need to leave as soon as possible.
Hello, traveler.
Ah, it's a woman.
I'm possessed of 4 arms, and that is what tickles thy fancy?
Pringles can.
Art thou of no more brain than stone?
Can you speak English?
Can you throw yourself into a wood chipper? Listen, I have never seen a caucasoid run that fast. They kept yelling, "Go, white boy, go."
Okay.
I shall need thy help to run my errands.
May I ask why?
No, I'm going through a tunnel right now. Your signal is breaking up.
I apologize for that.
That was a projection video call.
I may not have known at the time, but this was the beginning of an absolute rabbit hole, one that would lead me to dangerous and disturbing territory in the future. This shit makes Blaytown look like a playground. Welcome everyone to the Nether Fortress. It's 3 rooms long and filled with naked and hostile women, which is my preferred enemy. I've always wanted to be a police officer. This is just like my favorite Japanese anime, Kill the Cats. And if that's a little too intense for you, don't worry. There are dozens of skinwalkers waiting around every corner. Just knowing that makes me feel very comfortable. But my favorite enemy in the entire level is in fact myself. Me. I am the boss of the level. Hey, what's up guys, max0r here. We're out here going after Shadow Peter Pan. I'm forced to fight the only bitch that I trust. Gonna lay a fucking smackdown on Dark Link. This battle is a unique concept to say the least. It perfectly copies and uses your entire inventory. And yes, this does mean you can unequip your weapon and laugh at him for the whole fight. He literally cannot damage me in this state. Not that you would need it, because if there's anyone in the world who knows how to keep me down, it is myself. This boss's weakness is naked anime women, but overall it was a great experience taking revenge upon the man who ruined my life. Unfortunately, as a result of that battle, I have destroyed a part of myself. I have killed my artistic integrity. Hey guys, I built an entire torture chamber for animals in hardcore Minecraft, and if you want to see how I exterminate the innocent, stick around until I kill my son. I feel like if you showed this video to a Victorian child, he would die instantly. And speaking of dying, we've returned again to Jump Scare Junction.
Child, I'm not gonna lie, of all the video I react to, this is the video that I don't react by seeing in it full screen, right? I just do it a small window at side, and I don't watch it in full screen because I don't have the light problem for, you know, photosensitivity. But yeah, I think I'm gonna develop one if I watch this in full screen.
That's right, I lied to you. I give Dora the wrong directions. This area is an identical copy of the last time, complete with the same puzzle, the same enemies, and the exact same boss, but this time he's glowing, just like this video. Now don't get me wrong, I love beating Canadians to death, but why? Please do not subject me to more Canuck boss torture. Now as for the rest of the area, it's pretty nice, you know, kinda short, introduces the brand new Sapient Sphere type enemy. That's okay though, I too have seen Steel Ball run, but what I really want to find is this knife, which is a surprise tool that will help us later. With this, I may now cause many kitchen nightmares. Let's go talk to someone who actually knows what's happening right now. Not you, though the alternative isn't much better.
Hey, Tarnished.
Yeah, hi.
I see you've come to me with LondonBinKnife.png.
So you know what it is then?
No, but if you desire a refund, I must redirect you to Ronnie the Witch in her Karian call center. Only then can you rebate your purchase.
Oh, I've met Ronnie before. She's, interesting.
But I must warn you, Tarnished, the temptation of a blue gash is strong beyond belief. I too have felt the call of her puppet hands upon my tackle. Just imagine, Tarnished, what those 4 armpits must smell like.
I'm going to leave now.
Holy shit. Yeah, I was half expecting to say, you know, you need some unique weapon because I do know the Merchants Guild.
Welcome everyone to Horrors Beyond Comprehension, a land of the hands as it were, the Finky Dinky. Making my way here was a treacherous affair. I had to dodge the magical artillery using my immense skill. This place, however, is anything but safe. I would describe it a bit like the SpongeBob perfume department. You simply need to get through it, but you will lose a part of yourself. There are hands everywhere, in the ground, on the ceiling, and within my nightmares. They are 90% of the enemies, and the remaining 10% kind of remind me of my—
Yeah, that's what you need, spider type looking hands giving you the finger. The people who have that arachnophobia or whatever that is, right? Phobia of spiders. I mean, it's not a spider, but still looks like it. They would have probably playing this game.
In a really strange way. My name is Yoshikage Kira. I'm 23 years old and making YouTube videos. As it turns out, the Queen of Caria going insane in Hogwarts had implications for the kingdom, and one of those implications, kinda slaps. You know, like a hand. I too would kill myself if I was written by J.K. Rowling. I can't even search for pictures of normal Knuckles on Google because I keep getting this fucking echidna. Human Knuckles just makes it worse. Now, what the fuck was I talking about? Oh yeah. So after dealing with my Oni-chan and killing the only normal people for miles, the game just gives up and has us fight a ghost instead. I've always wanted to kill a white woman. Also, I'm available at this address. This fight is actually an iteration on the previous tree sense.
I'm not gonna lie, one of these days YouTube gonna pick up this dialogues and just gonna go ballistic with this channel.
Boss, so it's a really good thing that I beat him. You could say I have a lot of practice with the moveset. This time, however, we've got a copious amount of magic, even greater speed, and a horse ghost, which implies that there is a horse hell. Horses don't belong in the battlefield, they belong in the McDonald's menu. I can't even turn the bastard into glue anymore. This is just like George Orwell's Animal Farm. In summary, this boss is good, but nothing we haven't seen before or will see in 5 minutes. The magic earns her a really comfortable spot.
Yeah, in this game, that's the law, right? You go back to the tree, become immortal or something, right?
In B tier right next to herself, but that is a story for part 19, so for now I'm just gonna send her to a farm upstate. By the way, I've played this game for 130 hours and haven't slotted a spell. Now, as a full metal consequence of my vehicular manslaughterino, we have finally unlocked Ronnie's Rise, and my favorite part of the game, Ningyo Romansu Shimureta. Honestly, I'm a big fan of the writing on this one, I just don't really care for the Blythe arc where he eats the classroom. But to get to that, we have to fight the most dangerous and powerful boss of them all, the copy-paste key. If we can teach magic to fucking dragons and dogs, I don't even know why we try. The most powerful wizards can be found in a zoo. You know, at least he's gone. He has chosen peace. I guess all that's left to do now is enter Toyota High School, so I can finally meet the love of my life.
How the fuck did you do that?
Do what?
Ohayo gozaimasu.
She says, her long hair swaying in the Among Us Morbius Among Us sus.
So, why are you here exactly?
Oh god, the game actually prompts you. I really gotta think about this one.
Tell you what, I'm also in the business of killing God. I want to restore the good old-fashioned values upon which we used to rely.
Is that a bad thing?
For you. Now, are you going to join or not?
Oh god, she doesn't know I'm a sub.
Wonderful. Your first mission is to kill my brother, Satan. You can find him inside his volcano.
Are you trying to kill me?
Don't come back until one of you is dead.
Well, I guess that's it then. Time to take the elevator so I can talk to my sleep paralysis demon.
Greetings, Tarnished.
Oh god, not him.
It is I, Brian Dog, from Family Guy.
Please leave me alone.
I'm not really here right now, so please...
God damn it, it's an answering machine.
At the tone, please record your message.
Finally, it's time to continue playing the game. And to get to the aforementioned volcano, we must first ascend. We have to elevate our consciousness so I can have my date with Ronnie Senpai. Fortunately for us, there is an elevator. Thank God the Mountain of Death is wheelchair accessible. You just gotta watch out for the falling rocks. I'm beginning to get the impression that I'm not wanted here. So we enter the absurdly large elevator, custom built and designed for the new American male, and place our keys in the ignition like a sedan. Welcome every pony bazinga to the Altus Plateau, land of the fourth demigod and his magic treehouse. I originally meant to go to the volcano immediately, but this area is the world's biggest set of dangling keys. There are two paths we can take to traverse this area: the road of proper, upright civilization, or the forest of immaculate pain. You know, I did both of them, but this one is funnier. Welcome everyone to...
Yeah, see, the problem with, Dark Souls is that it's just depressing setting. I mean, there's intended for that, but Elden Ring's best thing about it is just like it's a Souls game, but the locations looks epic, right? I mean, that's what you want in Souls game. Like, everything's perfect, but settings usually is depressing. In this game, all the different maps looks incredible. With some of them are, moonlight is shining and everything looks epic.
The Worm People dimension, a region totally unique in how it decides to kill me. You see, the inhabitants have a special status effect called death, and the effect of death is that it kills you rather painfully, and there's quite a few of them. My favorite example is definitely Wormface, who is called that for no reason. All of his attacks are basically instant kills. I think it could be better to take the stealthy approach here. Hey guys, max0r here, and today we're gonna be sneaking into Big Shell. Right, and you have to stop the Facebook algorithm, it's giving people pronouns. So after navigating the Impale Jail, or just teleporting past it, because you can do that, we continue exploring Bikini Bottom so I may find the maniac. Just don't turn around on the bridge because, he is there. So for the next part of our journey, we make our way to the Windmill Village, which is, apparently a fun time. You know, I may be a fan of older women, but this is a bit much. These bitches really do be reenacting the plot of Midsummer in the local retirement center. Honestly, this area is pretty dope as long as you don't make them angry. Don't worry, women are very easy to calm down. So with our domestic situation now under control...
Oh my god, so... Group of psychiatrists need to analyze the developers who written this game, right? Because I mean, you just need to think of like how many different level of nightmare you can create. Yeah, it's some ladies dancing and suddenly turn red eyes and attack you. I mean, that's as nightmare as it can get. This is so horrible.
We walk for 3 seconds until the boss just kind of approaches you, just like Dio and his stand. Welcome back, everyone, to the official IGN walkthrough. And today we're gonna be fighting Slenderman. Gotta collect those 8 pages. His attacks are fast, really fast, and his combos are longer than my video schedule. If you ever think you're safe against this boss, think harder. This man goes harder than a police officer in the Black Sea. And to make things worse, we have a second phase which made me scream audibly. Finally, the Spaghetti Code. I haven't really fought a boss that required an exorcist before, but thankfully the priest was better at the game than me, so that's not the last time we're gonna see him, although I wish it was. So with Friedrich Fastbear once again confined to his pizzeria, we approach the fabled Gate of Healthy Eyeballs, and after being welcomed very nicely by the residents, we catch a glimpse of our next destination. The next destination hurts my eyes. All you have to know is that I really want to get there because I am a moth. And also this anime girl. Naturally, my first instinct was to head to the front door, like the feds outside my house. But these instincts were not correct. Also, some people say my videos are too fast, so here's a dog. So instead of whatever that is, we need to take the side route to get in. I have to skulk cantankerously towards my devilish deeds. But upon reaching the back rooms, we find that the way is blocked by the dreaded, most powerful enemy of the entire game. That's right, the copy-paste key is back, and this time he's tired of my shit. This battle is really difficult, not because the moveset is new, but because I have exhausted my horse jokes. To put this another way, he's tougher than my dad and hits harder than his belt. Not much is different this time around though, except for the damage. That is very new. This is just like my Redmi Note 11 Pro when I criticize the Chinese government. Overall though, this boss is a very cool reskin and a literal gatekeeper for the content ahead, which is why I decided to exploit him using my horse, just like the Mongols. Absolutely peak game design right here. I'm very impressed. 1 second, guys, I need to answer my phone. So, with the evil lines
I'm not gonna like, obviously I haven't, finished the game. So, yeah, this horse to horse attack, this is so epic, right? The enemies on horse, sentinel, whatever, you are on horse.
Capitalism out of the way, it's finally time to head inside. This is what we've been building up for 13 entire minutes. And when I got there, I was so taken aback by what I saw that I fell off a cliff and died. Great start. Welcome everyone to Listerine, Royal Capital, a land that pleases the eyes and destroys my ears. The sound of the Smurf Jamboree is fucking inescapable. We're gonna hear it for the rest of the level in the form of my tinnitus. Look at this shit, look how fucking big it is. And yes, we can visit all of that, the entire city. Do you see that dragon? You can climb it. These enemies, they can climb me when I am 6 feet under. Right Enter the buildings, peruse the streets, find new enemies and die to them. We've got a little bit of everything here in Portland, Oregon. This game is Dark Souls 4, 5, and fucking 6. So I ask again, are the developers okay? Do they sleep? So after our encounter with Band Class, we move throughout the city, becoming acquainted with its welcoming residents. And there are so many different paths that it's actually hard to talk about. You can go down the streets and die, go through the storm drain and be dragged to the depths of hell, where the Catholics go. Or you can go to the bad side of town and die to the exploding worm. I hesitate to call this a level because this is a goddamn experience. Just don't enter this innocuous well because you'll have to fight the poo and piss men. Seriously, this is an entire dungeon in and of itself, and it's more convoluted and confusing than
Yeah, seriously, in this Souls game, basically, whenever you do something like that, this is opposite of what Bethesda Game Studio game is, right? Oh, I wonder what is there, where that cave leads. Oh, look at that, there's a well. I wonder what happens if I drop inside. Yeah, what happens is a boss is going to be there, definitely. Who's just gonna give you aneurysm.
than a woman. I want to get off Mr. Miyazaki's wild ride. Please let me see my family. But that is a story for probably never, because it's guarded by the demigod of incest. I will have to deal with him later, preferably after he stops dealing with me. So once I finish up preening the garden and becoming one with the graveyard, we ascend to the next level of consciousness and begin making our way to the palace above. It's pretty beautiful, but I would suggest installing railings, because I am stupid. And also this anime. Speaking of which, here's the next boss. He just kind of appears there. Gotta fight Casper the Unfriendly Piss. Now, I could get into this boss, maybe talk about how he helped my insides experience fresh air, but he is very phoned in, and we're going to get quite familiar with him later. And also, he has a stand, so that's how you know he's gay. Since this boss is technically a memory, we're just gonna forget that he exists. Maybe should have done that during the fight. So all that's left to do now is get into the giant tree so I can finally kill God. I've always had a grudge against that guy. After all, he made the British Isles, and some crimes cannot be forgiven. If it isn't my old friend, the Tarnished who gets no bitches and stacks no paper. How are you alive exactly? How are you still single? Once I called the demigod's family, but that was before I became racist. Though your tenacity deserves praise, it is for naught. For I have never lost a debate. What the fuck is wrong with you? Cancel culture strikes again. Oh god, this fight is good. Like, really fucking good. I just didn't sign up to play Sekiro today. That quirked up white boy do be busting it down sexual style, and his secret is methamphetamine. This shit is fast. Very, very fast. Faster than a Genshin player's trajectory to prison. So fast that the hammer doesn't even wait for phase 2. They call him Home Depot DoorDash because he's delivering the tools straight to you. Also, yes, I can make his weapon change color at will. It's like a speedrun for epileptics. But what makes this fight difficult is not just the speed, not just the mobility, and definitely not just the damage. Although there is a lot of that, but just how many fucking moves this man has, and all of them have different attack speeds, so have fun with that. This time around, we've got daggers, hammers, spears, a lot of swords, and a little bit of trolling. I remember when Dark Souls bosses were just an obese man, we were so young, but this does beg the question, why was Morgott just hanging out in front of Stormvale? Was he getting his groceries? Did he use a VPN? The only assumption I can make is that he just really hates you, and yeah, I can fucking feel that. I also hate me, so to come out on top, we've got to remain quick, brace the inside of our asshole and to verify our online sources with correct documentation, because this is the hardest boss so far and the easiest boss for the rest of the game. So whether we're delivering pizza or attempting deicide, Morgoth will bring you the Home Depot experience whether you're ready or not, and the answer is usually not.
This boss is created, it's hard to see his limbs, which kind of adds to the difficulty already. Like, how is he going to attack? Like, you can't really track it, right, unless you die many times, right, and now really figure it out, like how he works. Yeah, see, the best thing about Souls game is obviously the bosses and how the bosses work. But Elden Ring was such a good game because obviously they amped up their own thing, that is, you know, make sure the bosses are unique and gave certain bosses really unique attacks, more than you would expect, like here. But they also created a awesome world, they awesome, you know, open world setting, right? And they just, you know, made it in a way that doesn't feel weird, right? Where games who are not open world and suddenly becomes open world, but usually it feels empty and just like dragged out. Like, why would you even create this open world? You don't know how to do this. But that's not the case with Elden Ring. Elden Ring did it just perfectly, right? It just feels right, you know, walking around in that open world, like, yeah, this is about right. So everybody just said, like, in this modern world, all these games suck, right? I'm not hyped for any game. Like, developers just forgot how to make good games because they're constantly under pressure. They have to, you know, pump out more games because of the revenue or shit, because of the how MMO world took off or how much money they make. So every single player developers are under pressure, so they don't have time to be creative, and all the new mechanics, new graphics are the only thing you'll find. And no, Elden Ring basically proves that is all bullshit. While I'm not saying that there are no developers who are doing that, but while everybody was just, you know, just making mediocre games, right? This developers basically, you know, just working in the background just created this awesome thing. I mean, I haven't been into Souls games since Dark Souls. This is the first game I'm like, holy shit, this is good.
That fight was the fucking bomb.
Because it's a demigod.
It was a hard-fought battle, but now it is time for me to claim my rightful throne. Fuck, I'm going to make God pay for this. All we have to do is go through the, Oh, this probably has an explanation, but something tells me I'm not going to like it. Oh well, time to go. My actual objective is worse than this. Much, much worse than this. So, yeah, that's great. Look, I need help getting into the glow stick tree. Do you have any shears?
Oh, why didn't you say so?
No reason in particular.
Nah, don't worry about him. He's, doing stretches. For the next 5,000 years.
What?
Anyways, you need to, burn the tree.
Excuse me?
You need to go to Giant Mountain and burn someone to death. I want that shit to look like a road flare.
You are scaring me.
The pain is immense and without limit.
How about I just go kill Satan instead?
You cannot run from me!
Welcome everyone to the Mountain of Agony, both in the lore and in gameplay, but mostly gameplay. Home of the fifth demigod, Satan, literally just Satan, Lucifer, the big D, if you will, who has made his home inside of a literal volcano where he intends to commit blasphemy in peace. Just one problem, we gotta climb that shit ourselves, and the main way up is,
Souls gives a ladder, is just epic.
A little bit linear.
Oh,
I call it the
Metal Gear,
Habsburg
yeah.
family tree because this shit is a circle, one with a higher population of apes than Twitter.com. My favorite part was the horrifying darkness of my Appalachian camping trip. Something is after me, but I don't know what it is. Now don't get me wrong, there's still a lot to discover, but half of it is igneous rock, and what remains is a bit of special. Just gotta take out this enemy over here when suddenly bird jump scare. It feels a bit like every level collaborated to make this one. We've got people, monkeys, spastic robots, and you better believe that the hands are back. We even get to see the handyman himself. He's getting really out of hand this time. You could say that I have my hands full. This is hands down the stupidest joke in the video. So after climbing up a little bit, you know, 3 ladders in a row, we gaze over a cliff whereupon Patches just breaks my fucking skeleton. Guess I have to climb all the way back up. The top of the mountain is really fun though, especially when my computer decides to work. It's like Disneyland for Victorian peasants or just Yugoslav war criminals. I think Satan might be up to something. It's just a guess though. So after 3 days of assorted undersea mischief making, we we finally arrive at the Volcano Manor, but at that size, it's more like a volcano-gated community. Little did I know what I was getting into, starting with the, red. You know, like all the flags this is giving me. I feel like I'm inside of a gaming PC. Maybe this woman can give us more info.
Hello, Tarnished, and welcome to the Red Manor.
Feeling creative today, aren't we?
I am the virtual YouTuber of this mansion, Tanith, and this is Gug.
Gug.
Gug is in pain.
Aren't we all?
Anyways, can I interest you in joining the forces of Satan? We offer coupons.
For what exactly?
Mostly funerals, but sometimes Tesco.
Well, you know what? I do want to attack God, and the mood lighting here is sick as fuck. Where do I sign?
Oh, you don't sign, you kill.
What?
We crave innocent blood, traveler, and I expect a sufficient donation. After all, you are what you eat, and I am a child at heart.
I think I chose the wrong voice actor.
Hail Satan!
Well, I guess since I serve Satan now, my outfit needs to get a little edgier, and my weapons need to become a little veggier. Potatoes aren't the only things that these can peel, and as a fresh recruit to the Army of Darkness, I now have access to the office break room. It is surprisingly nice, so long as you avoid the souls of the damned. I do not care who the IRS sends, I am not paying taxes. Also, half my fellow demons have scoliosis, so let's just collect our first target, you know, instead of talking to them. And if I'm going to kill the innocent, I might as well do it with some chill beatings by Dr. Dre to relax and study to. I think we might be the bad guys. Just kidding, I don't think. Oh shit, wrong door.
Congratulations, traveler! You have proven yourself my finest sin.
My sins are unforgivable.
You get to meet Satan now.
No.
Okay, wait a minute. I know this is incorrect summary, but do we actually do that? Do we kill innocent people or something like that?
What's the occasion?
Dinner.
Can I leave now?
Have fun!
Hi there, Satan. Did you fall from heaven? I don't think he liked that one.
What the fuck is...
Hey guys, max0r here, and today we're gonna be trapped in, hell. Yeah, so turns out war crimes and orgies are sins. Don't ask. So now that we're in hell, I get to meet all of my favorite heroes, such as Ronald Reagan, and also all the landlords that Mao killed. But to navigate this new landscape of fire and brimstone, we must venture into the many circles of hell, each one complete with their own trials and punishments, but mostly punishments. Now as for me, I was sent to the circle of greed for being a YouTuber, and my punishment is continuing to make this video. It is 4 in the morning. Now the first thing you see in this level, and I mean the first thing, is an anchor direction. This tells us that we're in the circle of lust, where all the Genshin players reside. You know, I'm a really big fan of Sugma Kokomi. Boy, I sure do love being surrounded by women. Genshin Impact video very soon. Just gotta turn this corner and why is he just standing there? Well, I'm sure he won't be bothering me anytime later. Oh my god, it's him, the Caprese Demon. Now for our next stop in every Denny's ever made, we're heading into Hell's Assisted Living Center, which is filled with unbaptized infants and the disabled. It was at this moment that I knew I was not being punished, but that I was the punishment. Also, Jesus Christ, this is darker than Ethiopia. After which, we find ourselves in the circle of gluttony, because the residents are a bit sluggish. I know, very funny stuff. It's time for some fun volcano facts with max0r. Did you know that lava cannot hurt you as long as you are backstepping? Try to do it in real life. Actually, at this point, the lava is more of a suggestion. Summer enjoyers be like, at least there be no snow. Oh boy, I sure do love taking a walk in the great state of Arizona. So after we're finished navigating the, kinky neighborhood, we head into the next...
Okay, I don't get it. Is that a bug or is that supposed to work like that? Why does lava doesn't hurt you? I mean, that doesn't make sense, right? I mean, I guess you're some kind of a powerful being or something. Clearly you're killing demigods or I don't know.
Next circle of hell, the heresy, which is accessed when I pull a bridge out of the room temperature lava. This is where God puts all the papists after being dragged into the storm drain. Their Sisyphean punishment is that they have to get laid on Gmail. Delete every other website. You have to fuck and suck on Gmail. Now if you'll excuse me, I'll be attending mass to steal the wine. Hey guys, welcome back to my 600-pound dev, and on today's episode, we're going to be fighting the skinniest Reddit mod. This is not what I meant when I said I wanted jiggle physics. I think this boss may have had a few too many, communion wafers. How many of those do you have to eat before it's considered one entire Jesus? This is your body, broken for me. Now, unlike the other foreskin brother, the absolute girth of this man might make you think we're in for a slower fight, but you are wrong. That would make the game easier. He is even faster than that, and that just makes me go from depressed to impressed. And just like last time, his second phase is absolute body horror. Genuinely just the scariest shit I've ever seen in my life. Please consult your doctor before engaging in any Nikocado maxing. I think I'm gonna be here for a few more minutes. Finally, the bloated design. Body positivity. No, I have body negativity. Also, holy shit, this music goes hard. This is an absolutely inappropriate boss theme for the inside of a Walmart. I think it's about time that we shave off some of that excess skin. Come on, do it. Give me your skin. If you aren't comfortable in your own flesh, you should pull it off. So now that I've officially shot Biggie Biggs, we can finally grab the, and continue on our route towards the average Californian summer.
I'm just wondering, how long did it take? I mean, I know this video took like, what, 2 months since the previous one or something like that. So all that time, it was just writing like, what jokes should I make? Because obviously sometimes jokes has nothing to do with what the scene is going on, but he's just winging it with what he's feeling at the moment. That's why these max0r videos are so good.
Being sent to hell, they forgot to take my Bluetooth speaker away. That's right, we're finally here, the heart of the beast, home of deceitful serpents and their evil minions. You know, Washington. Also, more ladders. But honestly, it's a bit, easy to get lost in here. Personally, though, I don't think there's much here that we haven't already talked about, besides the egged one, just your standard committee of child skinners. So, we're just gonna teleport straight to the boss, which is the actual way you do it because of the reasons why. Alright, Satan, I've served you for too long. Now prepare to feel my... Oh, wait a second.
Damn.
Welcome everyone to Doom Internalizing My Abuse, and today we're going to be fighting the, we're going to Google how to kill him, because as it turns out, the reptile exhibit is in need of some heavy ordnance, of which I am an expert. The Serpent Hunter is, and I quote, on some anime shit, a weapon of mass destruction specifically built to kill just snakes, you know, like a secretary bird. It's also, 3 feet from the entrance. That's like giving chocolate out in a dog pound. God may give me his toughest battles, but so too do we get his largest gun. We just went from Storm Ruler to Storm Meter Stick. This fight is the coolest shit I've ever seen. It is so satisfying to use this weapon, and the damage is absolutely biblical. My favorite part was when Cain beat his brother to death with a rock. The only drawback is that you are too strong, and dodging him is a little easy because the snake will signal every attack by pogging. But if I had to choose a boss to be easy, this one is pretty fucking up there. And trust me, I know about fucking up. Just ask the war crime trials. I have something to admit, guys. I didn't really kill anyone in the war. I only kill people like you.
Alright, seriously though. So there are specific weapons for specific bosses. I mean, these developers are taking this game to a whole other level. I love it. So without that game, obviously, it's gonna be harder to kill the serpent. But with the serpent, whatever the sword was to kill snakes, it's gonna be much easier.
Tomorrow. But as for this boss, his difficulty does not get in the way of the fun, of which there is plenty. I think the best attack is the one where he slimes me at the Kids' Choice Awards. Plus, I am always down for animal abuse, especially after the animal abuses me. So with that out of the way, I think it's about time that we graduate this noodle from endangered to extinct. Oh Jesus, aren't you dramatic?
Demigod of Mount Gelmir, number 15, Praetor Rykard. It appears that you are trying to cut off my pet snake, so in return, I will now cut off yours. The last thing you want on your journey to hell is to join the Serpent King as family, but as it turns out, that might be what you get.
Oh my fucking god, it's finally him, it's Satan, I'm your biggest fan.
Damn.
Welcome everyone to the second phase of life, also known as death, and today we're going to be fighting the human centipede along with everyone he's ever consumed. That's right, this entire time we were participating in the world's most complicated buffet, not to mention I'm carrying the souls of 4 entire demigods, so I just delivered Rykard his fucking pizza. But if you want to get eating, first you have to get eaten. Buy an immortal snake and live on him like a tumor. That's called making a deal. Now as for the gameplay, it's a little intense, you know, kind of spooky, kind of makes me
Holy shit, I'm not gonna lie. This is so incredible. I did not see this coming. So, oh, look at that, a serpent. This is so easy. It's like, I was just getting warmed up, son. Now the real workout begins.
Because this boss, on top of his normal moveset, can use every snake attack, just like Metal Gear Solid. But that isn't even the dangerous part. That happens when he unleashes the 50 goddamn explosive skulls at the loudest possible volume and then dips my screen into a vat of hot oil. I guess hell was just built on a missile system. I could not tell you what's happening on the screen right now. The best way I can describe this fight is that it gives brain damage, just like playing Valorant, but in a good way, unlike playing Valorant. Even still, this battle is not about that. It is all about the spectacle, the weaponry, and of course the violence. It is a gimmick fight done absolutely correct, even if it hurts my eyes a bit. But if this fight gets one thing right, it is definitely style. And while this battle may be long, you know, like a cat, goddamn does it deliver.
Damn.
Man, you two are a match made in hell.
Blasphemy, okay. How many tries do you have to do just to kill him?
Hey, so, I might have killed Satan.
You fucking what?
Yeah, so, where did she go?
Gone.
Oh. She's eating what?
What? Oh, there is more parts? I did not see there are more parts. I thought part 2 would be the end of it. And mouse it. Okay, there was a Russian badger too in this. Yeah, Nia. Okay, Seth was off near Uberdenga. Yeah, that guy. Huh. Okay, seriously, he's inviting this many creators. I mean, does he? Does he even get any money out of this? This is ridiculous. Man, I love this. Obviously, he's gonna share all his revenue to all these people, right? So yeah. I mean, let's be honest. Even if he didn't invite all this creator, his video would have been still awesome because it's max0r. Come on. He took 2 months to edit this. I mean, he just went next level. And this video was so good. Apparently, this part 3. How many parts is going to create for Elden Ring? Not complaining, right? These are all epic. Yeah. Probably that was an incorrect summary of Elden Ring part 2 by channel max0r. If you like my reaction, don't forget to like, subscribe. If you haven't seen the part 1 reaction of mine, I guess I'll drop a link in description. Check that out. And yeah, I'll see you next time.